Hi, Patrick here, have Cheetah will View, and we are back for another film review. So I asked the Cheetah what he was in the mood to watch. If you want to watch something action and adventure, something horrifying, what is he in the mood for? Um, so I sent him upstairs to pick out a movie, and he came this back carrying this in his mouth, and so this is the movie that we decided to watch. Uh, from 2012, we have How to Fall in Love, which is a Hallmark movie. This is a pretty good. This is a pretty good cast right off the bat. This stars Eric Nabis, who we all know and love as our fearless, intrepid Oliver O'Toole on Sign, Sealed, and Deliver. And it also stars one of the Sanderson sisters, Kathleen and Jimmy. And the leading lady in this movie is Brooke d'Orsay. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Who also starred in Drop Dead Diva. So the movie basically starts out with a young man named Harold, and he's asking his crush at the time, probably his first freshman year in high school or junior year. Freshman, he's either in eighth grade or he's in ninth grade. He's really young, and he asks his girl that he likes, named Annie, out to on a date and to go to a dance. Well, Annie decides that she has invited a bunch of friends. So, and of course, Harold is sort of traumatized by that, especially when she sees Annie dancing with another young man. So it sort of shapes his life for a while. He's very good accountant, but he's not very good with people. He has a hard time talking to them and engaging with them, especially young ladies. His best friend named Willie notices that there's this one young lady who comes into the coffee shop, and it seems to be giving Harold the eye, but Harold, he can't receive it. He doesn't understand how that works. So his friend says, you know what? I got an idea. What you need to do is you need to go to see a dating coach. So that's what he's going to do. He's going to go see a dating coach. But when Harold sees that all she's interested in money, he bails on that. Meanwhile, we meet Annie, who's now grown up, obviously, but Annie's been having a hard time in life. She has just never really settled down and grew any roots anywhere. She wants to be an event planner, but it's just not working very well for her. And she's staying at her sister's house, and she's not really doing anything with her life. So her sister's getting a little bit antsy about her staying there. So she's telling her, like, you got to figure out something to do. Well, Annie decides that he's going to go ahead. She's going to go ahead and become a dating coach, a life coach. And so her and Harold, they run across each other and they catch up, and and Annie decides to help Harold. Says, I'm a dating coach. I can help you. So there's eight different lessons to learn. When it comes down to dating. And so Annie helps Harold uh, cross those, learn the lessons. And Harold has decided to ask the girl from the coffee shop out, and her name is Julie. And at first, it really seems that those two are really compatible, and Annie's advice and tips really help Harold blossom, and things seem to be going really well between him and Julie. But as they go on into the dating lessons, we see that Annie has started to develop some feelings for Harold, not knowing that Harold has had those feelings for her since forever, but he has been afraid to say anything to her even now because he doesn't want to get rejected. So as those two, Gina and Harold, grow closer, Annie has seen what her handiwork has created, and she feels good about it. She thinks she's helping her friend, and even though she herself is uh, uh, having feelings for Harold. Um, Her sister her sister is a little bit tough on her. Says, we want you to, her sister Claire was like saying, are you moving out anytime soon, and putting the pressure on Annie, which doesn't help things. But Annie, um, she's resolute and she's very helpful, and so she gets Harold and Julie to right where they need to be. But Harold realizes that Julie and him aren't as compatible as they thought they were. They don't like the same music. They don't like to have the same interest, um, and it starts showing. And meanwhile, all the things that Harold has liked, we find out that Annie also likes them as well. So it comes to the point where Annie and Harold break up, and Julie has gotten, Annie has gotten a job in New York as an event planner, and so Harold and her are left to come together, or are they? Could there be something that comes up that keeps these two lovers separated? Well, I don't know, because you have to watch it. I can't tell you the ending of this because that wouldn't be right, right? No spoilers. Um, I know it's a Hallmark movie, but don't always expect the happiest of endings. Sometimes they don't happen. Okay, so it does. Okay, but so what? You have to watch the movie to see how it happens. Um, okay, so here's some thoughts about this movie. Initially, I was a little concerned because, um, to tell you the truth, Brooke D'Orcy and Eric Nabis, their characters, man, it just seemed to have no chemistry at all. I think this is a, uh, I think this is a nod to their acting because you really did not see these two coming together at all. They just too opposite. Annie is bubbly and outgoing and vivacious, and Harold is studious and quiet and a little bit pretty shy actually. So you don't really see these two characters at all. These two people coming together. But as they go on and they start, as it's funny because as he goes on, her confidence sort of gets shaken because of her living situation, her no career, no, no, she's struggling. So her confidence level, which was really high, has gone down. And while his has been in the bottom, he doesn't know how to do it, doesn't know how to talk to ladies. He doesn't really know how to interact with them. As his confidence goes up and hers comes down, then you see the sparks coming. And it's really cool to see. Very fine job by Brooke and by Eric Mabus on this. Really enjoyed their performances. And of course, Gina Holden as Julie, she was a lot of fun too. She was very funny. And I really liked the best friend too, Willie, an actor named Panu. I've never seen him before, but he was a really good best friend to Harold. So I really enjoyed this movie quite a bit. I wish they would have had a little bit more for Kathy the Jimmy to do. Being the probably the biggest star on in this movie. I wish she would have had a little bit more to do, but that's with Hallmark. You get supporting characters, and sometimes they don't get enough to do. But oh well. But that's just the quibble. I really highly recommend this movie. This came out in 2012, so it is out there to be bought. You can probably get it on eBay or Amazon for a pretty good price. There is no special features on here. This is back when Gaiam distributed Hallmark movies. Gaiam did a lot of documentaries, but I guess they were distributing Hallmark movies back then. Now Cinedigm does it. So that's interesting to see. All right, that's all I got for this review. As you know, I do watch Hallmark movies. I do review them. So if you're new to that and you like that, well, consider giving me and the Cheetah a sub. Hit the like button and leave a comment down below. Have you ever seen Drop Dead Diva or Signed, Sealed, and Delivered? If so, let me know what your thoughts are about either one of those two series. If you've seen this film right here, drop a comment as well. I'd like to hear what your thoughts are on it. All right, thanks so much for watching, and we will talk at you soon. Peace.